everybody, Summer's Locos here, and welcome back to the railway. And welcome back to another review. Today I'm looking at another steam locomotive, and that is by Hornby. And that is this, the BR King Arthur class. So if you might have worked out that last video when I did the Lord Nelson class, I did say that there might be another one on the way, of which there is. The King Arthur, the smaller version to Lord Nelson, and as you can see, this is a Hornby model and super detail, which I do like that. And this is obviously DCC ready. Yeah, this is a loco that I didn't think about owning until I discovered one at Nene Valley at the start of January. I went to see 78019. I've just noticed you can actually see my camera actually. You can hello in the background there. Yeah. So when I saw this, I thought to myself, yeah, I have to own this. This is just such a good model, and I bought this loco just to have on it for £80. So it's not a bad loco for this, a bad price for this. So I'm quite pleased with it, and it was certainly worth the money. But also, I'm not doing this on my own today. I'm also joined by Josh here today.
Hello.
Who will be joining me for the King Arthur class review. So anyway, for now, let's get this out of this box and then we'll start looking at it in more detail. So let's get started. Okay, so there is the King Arthur class box, the Hornby King Arthur class. You can probably see already that the number on this is 30450, and this is Cirque, the loco. And the end of the box, as you can see here, this is R2725, class N15 locomotive, also known as the King Arthur class. But the professional name is an N15. So, I mean, if you hear me saying King Arthur, just presume it's an N15. And this is number 30450, Cirque, as I mentioned. Just so if you wanted to pick one of these up. But anyway, let's start to take this out of its box. So I'll go from this end. Yeah, and this is the foam casing is in two parts. So you can probably see what I mean. But anyway, here are some sort of instructions, I think. So as you can see, this is a class N15 locomotive, as you can see there, and so I think, I'm not sure if this is just one type of body or anything like that. The inside bits on the motor might be just one for this locomotive, but inside you can see where it's telling about lubrication, and also accessories there. The bearings are, how to take the body off for DCC as well. It has got one of these connections inside it as well, the back of the cab, and then you can see where we can fit the brake rigging as well. So that's good information. I can to one side. There's the front cover of it. Nothing on the back, so no history or anything, as you can see there. And there is the locomotive. Looking fabulous. Right. Let's put it. Oh, hello. We have got some detail here. Also, there's two bags here. This is interesting. So we've got a driver and fireman in this bag, which is nice. Oh, and got some extra piping in there. There's the brake rigging for both the tender and the loco. And what have we got here? Got some vacuum pipes. Oh, and an extra set of the couplings, which is nice to see. So that's good. So I will make sure to keep hold of these and put them in a safe place. I'll try to place them. I'll put them in over here instead of putting them back in the other place. So I'm going to say, oh, something else on the bottom here. Ah, it's the DCC covering, if I wanted to put DCC in it. Right. nothing else I can see. So that end comes off. Then this end is a bit more tight, comes off, and the top comes off like that. And I don't need to go to the back of the box and take it out like that. So instead, what I do is I just lift the top off like that. Ta-da! Like so. And I could take this one off like that. And there is a locomotive. So let's take the tender out first, because I like to do the tender first. And there you go. A lot smaller than the Lord Nelson, I must say, being for this N15 King Arthur. And obviously you got the bogey tender, which is pretty similar to the Lord Nelson. This does seem to have sprung buffers at the moment, but I won't say anything more than that. And then of course, here is the Loco. Wow, look at that. The detail on this is absolutely fantastic. I won't say any more than that, because I'll do the rest of it on the white background. But yeah, that looks smashing, I must say. Oh yeah, lovely stuff. And smoke deflectors as well, quite similar to the Lord Nelson as well. Let's have the two Locos together like that. Locos, Loco and tender. That's better. There you are, the N15. Right then, so if I do this as I did with the Lord Nelson, like so, let's get this Loco up against the white background and check out some of the detail up against the white background. So let's go and do that. Okay, so there is the Hornby N15 or King Arthur class up against the white background, and oh yeah, I am just absolutely fascinated by the detail on this. It's just absolutely fantastic. I mean, literally, the super detail is on the front of the box. Yeah, they got it bang on with this. I mean, I can't believe the amount of detail on this. So let me move the camera around to the front of the Loco and get started on the detail. Okay, so now the camera is now positioned at the front of the Loco. Obviously, one thing you can notice is that obviously the number on the front of the smokebox door being 30450. Obviously, that was on most BR locomotives, and then of course you've got the shed code number just below it as well. Now, as you can notice there, obviously the N15 did have smoke deflectors on. Some of them didn't, but most of them had them set put on either later into summer era or the BR era. Obviously, this just looks the part with this Brunswick green livery. As you can notice, if I bring it around over here, you can see that this Loco does have metal buffers, but also sprung buffers like that. Lovely. Good to see some sprung buffers on a very good, very good price, a very good detailed locomotive. That is good to see. You can also see the lining on the pistons there, which is also good to see. Doesn't have the front coupling, but this Loco does have a front coupling, as you can see. But obviously, it's not in because I've chosen not to put it in yet. Obviously, in the accessories pack, I can put a an extra coupling in for going backwards. I didn't put it in for the Garda videos. Well, I did the Winterstein Garda video. Because I wanted to do a double header with both Locos running Loco first. Also because I didn't have a spend uncoupling until I did the review of it. Of course. Yeah. The running plate on the side is just made of plastic, so it's obviously not die cast or anything. If I hold it like that, you get a good view of the Loco. Yep, so that's just plastic. The nameplate is quite small, but just being Sir K, and then it says underneath it is King Arthur class. Let's try and get a close-up view of that. There it is. And yeah, you can get the size of the driving wheels. These are quite large driving wheels, being a small sort of chassis, I guess. Yeah, I mean, you can see the size of it. Obviously, there's only one of these preserved in real life, so you haven't got that much difference to tell between them all. Yeah. So bring it back slightly. There we go. The lining is pretty good. I have noticed there's one little sort of seal mark you can probably just see there. Yeah, from that bit of lining there going over here, that I can see. I did think to myself, is that a crack? No, I think it's just where a part of the boiler is obviously just a little bit separation there. But that's fine because I didn't notice it until the light was actually on it. But there's a small amount of glazing on it. But apart from that, I mean, obviously it's not too glazy, so it does make it look as if it has been used. But I think most of it is just plastic or polymer, if you want to use engineering terms, so which I do. Yeah, back to the lining. Yeah, I mean you can see where the just here, all the way along here, it's very well lined here, as well as some. I think these are something here. I know that's metal. Was it? No, that's plastic. Just feeling around. No, these handrails here are metal. I have noticed them. They are separately fitted. The very important to make sure that it is definitely 100% plastic. That extra piping, which is also separately fitted, and also the reverser, is all made of plastic. But I mean, the moulding of it is very good, I must say, as you can see there. If you notice on the side of the cab, we have got a 5p on the top of it, so this would be a Class 5 passenger locomotive. Now, I do believe that in the later years of British Railways, these were used on freight trains as diesel locomotives took over, and electric locos, multiple units as well. I think the 73 didn't come into the 70s, I think. Or maybe as early as the 60s, I can't remember. If you know, please put down in the comments below. Yep, moving around then, bit of shoddy camera work there. Moving around to the tender. As you can see, just like the Lord Nelson, this does have bogie, two sets of bogies on the tender, looking absolutely fantastic. I do say, it does make a lot of difference when you got that sort of style. It does make the tender go around curves, sort of not tighter curves, so there's not much too stress. The wheels won't wear down. I mean, because it's the curve I've used for the white background. It's just to make sure it can go on a first radius curve. Most locos can, some locos can't. But this loco I've managed to fit on. It seems to be all right. Yeah, looking good. We have got a sufficient coal load inside. Obviously, it's not as realistic as the Lord Nelson, but it's good to see a healthy coal load in the tender. And also, you've got a very well printed lake crest for British Railways with the lion holding the wheel on it. And then towards the back of the tender, as you can see, we have got a vacuum pipe, as well as some holsters for where the lamps would be. And we have got the NEM coupling on this end, but also on this side, we have also got more sprung buffers, which is very good to see, I must say. Now, the next bit is what I think is pretty good, is the cab interior. So I don't think you can see that well, so I think I'm going to turn the light on. Ta-da! I mean, look at that. Wow. Let's try and see if I can take the tender away and move the loco slightly outwards so you can see more of that. Give me a second. And there's a better look at it. Look at that. Now this, believe it or not, this is just precision work. I mean, wow. They said that this has super detail on it, but yeah, they really came over the stops a bit. I mean, wow. that is probably one of the best details. It's like the King class sort of detail. Wow, I mean, this is smaller than a King class, and this has got this much detail inside the cow. I mean, I'm so impressed. I mean, there we go. You've got all the gauges there. You've got the handbrake and everything. No, that's the reverser, not the handbrake. The handbrake is on the tender. Yeah, you've got the firebox there. Got the regulator. Got the water measurers. Yeah, I mean, that is just absolutely fantastic. I must say it. I think this is one of the best Locos I've looked at for quite some time now. I mean, this is just looking absolutely fantastic. It looks great. The price was good. I mean, £80 for this Loco. £80. I mean, shout out to the man who I bought this from, Keith Romiana from the Valley. Yeah, thank you. This is just really well looked after. I'm really pleased to have bought this. Another thing which I haven't mentioned yet is the fact that this has got turned metal safety valves on the top, which is good to see. So I've got some metal on this here and there. And then, of course, as I mentioned before, there's the handbrake just over there on the tender. Now, the tender connection, as you notice, is one of those ones where, just like the Princess Raw I've got, it's just a slide in. So there's connections between the tender and the Loco. So this has connections on the driving wheels and the tender wheels, which is very good. So you've pretty much got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 7 pickups per line. I mean, yeah, that's just precision work. Well done, Hornby, on this. But obviously, that's just a detail. So it's time to get this down to the track, ready for this video's very first test run. And I do hope this shows itself to be a very good running Loco. Keith told me it was a good Loco, and when he tested it, it did seem to be very good. But we won't know until we've actually tested it. So let's go and do that. Okay, so there is the King Arthur, or N15, down onto the track, ready for this video's first test run. And yeah, I'm expecting this to be good. Obviously, past videos like the 4MT, it was a bit obviously it was good detail, but obviously the running of it wasn't the best. That's because I noticed that the cog inside had a crack in it. But one day I'll get a replacement cog for that and get that fixed. Unfortunately, there will be another Loco that may, I'm not saying for definite, may have the same problem as that, but I won't say which one. So you have to wait until that moment. But anyway, let's do this video's first test run. Now, I think it's going forward, so let me just have backwards a moment. So I'm just going to flip the control just to make sure it's going to go towards the camera. But anyway, let's just make sure it's running. So, first run of the video, let's go. And it's alive. Yeah, look at that. Backwards. Oh yeah. Oh, there's nothing there. Well, to be fair, the track is it's a bit of an incline there. There we go. Here it comes. Yeah, that is exceptional. It's quiet, which is good to see. No grinding noises or anything. Let's come past at, I think it's plus the points there. A 50% speed. Oh, blimey, that's quick. Although to be fair, I am using one of the new Hornby controllers. And that goes past 50%. That's quite quick actually. So gearing is obviously a bit quick for 50%, but let's do a full speed. Oh yeah, much faster. I mean, don't know what kind of speed these Locos were actually capable of. I'll have to look that up in a minute. But yeah, so far it's looking good. Let's bring it around, have a go at a crawl and see if we can do it. So turning up the controller very slowly. Okay. Oh, that is moving. Wow, look at that. That is barely moving. You can just tell that is moving. That is probably one of the smoothest locos I've ever seen. I mean, there are other locos that I must do a video thinking about it on the best crawlers on a running session or something in the future. I mean, this is going to be one of them. But let's see if I can do a slow start and just turn it up. Oh yeah, look at that. Now that's what you call a good loco for a good price. And just to make sure it's not just forwards, let's try the backwards, going backwards as well, just on the safe side. So, oh, that is moving. Just this. Yeah, that is just fantastic, isn't it? Just let me speed that up backwards. Ooh. A bit caught there, but to be fair, it was actually going on the incline there. There's a very small incline there. I don't know what it is, but I think it's more of a piece of track. But I mean, it only affects it when it's going in this direction. But one thing I do want to mention is I know the fronts of this loco and the Lord Nelson are quite similar. So what I'm going to do is, if I just sort of, oh blimey, bit of not the best camera work, I must say there. I'm going to bring the Lord Nelson round because it's already on the track. So if I bring that round, you can see what I mean about the differences in size. And here it comes now. Here it is, Lord Nelson. And obviously this is the back of the loco. But I mean, just looking at that, you can just tell there's a bit of difference. Being the fact that the chimneys are different, and also obviously bigger size. And Lord Nelson uses looks like a collet designed boiler type. But I mean, yeah, that just looks good. Yeah, and also the chimneys are different sizes. But yeah, but the fact that I've now that on the railway, this railway has two different, I think, Mortal locos, or they yeah, I think the Mortal locos, two different Mortal locos, two different sizes. I mean, tenders are just two different sizes as well, as you saw a minute ago. But yeah, there you go. Big round to the King Arthur, start of the show. So let me just reverse the Lord Nelson back to its coaching stock, well, rolling stock. Yeah, out of the way. But yeah, that is just, yeah. This loco just shows you what a good model looks like. Anyway, of course, the loco is facing the wrong direction at the moment, so with the click of my fingers, we'll get it turned around. And just like that, the loco is now facing the correct way it should be going, and now it's time to take the loco towards its coaching stock, ready for its BR's rank session. Right, off it goes. Let's try to do a very slow start up. Oh yeah, I'm really liking this loco right now. Oh, ha, ha, ha. Okay, bringing the loco in. Slowly and steady. And bit of a bang, but by the looks of things, if I just do that, there we go. Both couplings are now coupled, so let me just show you that. There you go, with both couplings coupled. And with the performance that we have just seen by this loco, this should be absolutely fine. So let me get in position and we'll be able to get this loco going. And then for the first time in, I think, ever, we'll have a full running session of Southern steam engines. Okay, so with the loco coupled up to 4 Southern Mark 1s The same was the Lord Nelson used. I thought just same old thing, as it goes quite well with this. It's time for the Locos to head off. So without further ado, let's get started. Then on the second line, I have the Lord Nelson with a mixture of Mark 1s to go with it. Now, obviously this is the second video that I've actually officially shown this in, so it's good to see this running. And King Arthur seems to have just cut out. I think it's because something to do with the track. Let me just sort that out first. There goes King Arthur. Yeah, the track was just out of alignment. That's what caused it. But anyway, for now, let's get the King Arthur. No, it's not. Lord Nelson going. There it goes, with a decent rate of Mark 1s. I've got a bit bigger, just to see if it's able to pull it, and it can. Now on the third line, I have the Merchant Navy with a rake of 1 Mark 1 and Pullmans. So without further ado, let's get the Merchant Navy going. Okay, so on the fourth line, I have gone for a bit of a double header. Now, I was going to go just for the Battle of Britain on its own with a freight train, but unfortunately, when it was running around, it was struggling quite a bit. It wasn't going very fast, and when it got to a certain point, it would cut out or struggle to go over it. And I thought to myself, it's going to wear it out a bit. So I decided to do a double header with the Battle of Britain and the 33. So it's still steam, but it can go a bit faster, but at least it doesn't have to, it won't burn out the motor this time, thankfully. But anyway, for now, let's get this double header going. Run, there we go. Even now it struggles. But at least the 33 is there for support. Now, well, after a absolutely fantastic southern running session with 4 different southern steam locomotives all running in BR liveries, if that it could be mainly Lake Crest logos, and one early crest, and that being the Battle of Britain, which you can see there, and obviously with 1 diesel as well, which for support. I mean, I had to run the diesel locomotive because of the fact that the Battle of Britain does struggle on the tighter curves, and also I think something to do with the fact that I'm not sure. It was struggling a bit too much. But I think it's the fact that the control is the one that was a bit dodgy. He's back in the summer. But yeah, that one's fine now. It works. But anyway, that's all we've got time for today. So if you enjoyed today's video, please like and subscribe to keep the channel going. And if you have any comments, I will respond to them as soon as possible, obviously if you have any. But for now, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye everyone.
Goodbye.